Tokyo once again became the center of diplomatic attention as two key Indo-Pacific allies moved to strengthen their partnership. On September 5th, 2025, Australian Foreign Minister Penny Wong and her Japanese counterpart Takeshi Iwaya stood side by side in Tokyo's state halls for a signing ceremony that went beyond routine diplomatic formality. It was a moment meant to signal commitment, unity and resolve in a region increasingly defined by geopolitical friction. The cameras captured what seemed like familiar rituals of diplomacy, handshakes, signatures, the careful exchange of documents. Yet beneath these images lay a deeper story, a mutual recognition that both Australia and Japan now face heightened security challenges, ones that cannot be addressed alone. The Indo-Pacific, long a zone of economic vitality, is also becoming a theatre of strategic competition, and both nations sought to underscore their readiness to meet that reality together. The ceremony began with an image that would headline newspapers across both countries. Penny Wong, Australia's foreign minister, reached across to shake hands firmly with her Japanese counterpart, Takeshi Iwaya. The gesture carried symbolism, two democracies clasping hands in solidarity at a time when the rules-based order they value is being tested. Moments later, both ministers sat down at a long table, flanked by aides and watched closely by the media. The signing ceremony unfolded with deliberate pacing, each stroke of the pen reinforcing the weight of the agreements being put on paper. The documents themselves detailed expanded security ties, enhanced cooperation in defence technology, and closer coordination in regional diplomacy. The significance of these pledges was not lost on the ministers themselves. They spoke directly about the pressures facing the region. Penny Wong said, "We are committed to working with Japan to ensure peace, stability and security in the Indo-Pacific. This partnership is about preparing for challenges and opportunities that lie ahead." Her words captured both reassurance and urgency, a reminder that cooperation is not optional but essential. On the Japanese side, there was a similar tone of seriousness mixed with reassurance. Takeshi Iwaya said, "Japan values its partnership with Australia as a cornerstone of regional security. Today's agreements reaffirm our shared determination to respond collectively to the evolving security environment." In those few sentences, Iwaya highlighted both the bilateral significance of the Pact and its broader message to the region. The details of the agreements are technical yet impactful. They cover joint military exercises designed to enhance interoperability between the Australian Defence Force and Japan's self-defence forces. They also commit both nations to sharing more intelligence, expanding cooperation on cyber defence, and pursuing joint projects in advanced defence technologies. For both governments, these steps represent a way to hedge against uncertainty while also projecting confidence in their shared future. Observers noted that the optics of the ceremony were as carefully calibrated as the agreements themselves. After the documents were signed, the two ministers rose, held the papers aloft, and once again exchanged a handshake. This second handshake, documents in hand, was as much a performance as a pledge, a way of visually underlining the promises made. The broader context gives this moment even more meaning. In recent years, the Indo-Pacific has become a central arena for competition among major powers. Maritime disputes, grey zone operations and military build-ups have created a tense environment. For Australia and Japan, middle powers deeply invested in the stability of this region, closer ties are both a strategic necessity and a political signal. The agreements send a clear message. Neither country intends to navigate these challenges in isolation. Penny Wong, addressing the press later in the day, emphasised that this partnership was not directed against any single nation, but rather toward maintaining a secure environment for all. Penny Wong said, "Our cooperation is about safeguarding an open and inclusive Indo-Pacific. It is about ensuring that the rules that protect sovereignty and peace are respected by all." That framing is consistent with both Australia's and Japan's long-standing emphasis on the rules-based order. Takeshi Iwaya echoed those sentiments while also acknowledging the need for practical readiness. Takeshi Iwaya said, "While we hope for a region of peace and dialogue, we must also prepare together for the uncertainties that lie ahead. This is why today's agreements are so important." His comment highlighted the delicate balance between optimism and caution, a theme that has defined much of Japan's recent foreign policy. The international audience, particularly allies in the United States and Europe, will view this ceremony as a positive step. Both Australia and Japan are critical partners in the wider security architecture that includes the Quad, a grouping alongside the United States and India, and other multilateral initiatives. Their ability to coordinate closely and present a united front enhances the credibility of these larger frameworks. The day's events concluded without fanfare, but the images will linger. Two ministers signing documents, shaking hands, and affirming a bond that is likely to grow even stronger in the coming years. For the domestic audiences in both countries, the message is clear. In a region of rising uncertainty, Australia and Japan are determined to stand shoulder to shoulder. What began as a ceremonial handshake has become a symbol of resilience and commitment. In the words of Penny Wong, this is about building a future where cooperation, not confrontation, defines our region. And as Takeshi Iwaya reminded everyone present, partnership is our strongest asset in the face of change. With those words and those signatures, the partnership between Australia and Japan entered a new chapter, one marked not only by shared documents, but also by shared determination.